Well, they'll not hang you this time, eh, Joe?
It will take more than the ill-thought schemes of a designing woman. Madam.
You may well lower your eyes, Joseph Bloxham. How you dared to stand up in court and claim ignorance.
It was a risk, madam. All commerce is a risk. Your husband...
My husband, sir, blew his brains out last evening.
What?
He procured a pistol. How I know not. Then he wrote me a short farewell. And then he took his own life.
My deepest sympathies, madam.
My own dear Harry. A fine man, Joseph Bloxham. A kind man who never took a risk in his life until you persuaded him otherwise. The scheme that could not fail, you said. But it did fail, didn't it? And now 100 poor wretches like me shall pay the price. You have Harry's blood on your hands. As surely as if you had put that pistol between his lips.
The devil's got into him. Something stronger than this scandal brew, I think.
Very well, sir.
Don't let it vex you, Joe. Wretched woman is grief-struck, that's all. So perhaps some means might be found of helping her.
Helping her? Ah, these people, they sicken me. Live their whole lives under a stone, scarcely alive at all. I give them a chance to better themselves, to pull themselves up out of their squalid holes. And when things do not work out, for the first time, mark you, do they resolve to try again? Does Glanville gird his loins and say, Bloxham made himself a fortune, Bloxham has done something with himself, I can do the same? No. He spreads his meager intellect over the weeping plaster of the Marshalsea and leaves his wife to fend for herself. A fine man indeed, a kind man indeed.
Very pretty speech, Joe. You omitted a tiny detail. Glanville leaves a wife and 3 children.
Come on, Joe. I'll walk you back to Geep Manor.
What did you say? Geep Manor? Is that the place you have bought, Geep Manor?
Something amuses you, sir.
This is the shining beacon of modernity that we have heard so much about.
It will be once my improvements are complete.
Improvements? The only way to improve that property, sir, is to raze it to the ground and sow the land with salt.
What the devil do you mean?
It's nothing, Joe. You're new to these parts. It's the house. People say...
Oh, they do they? What, ghouls? Spooks? Well, I hereby give notice to any ghosts in residence. Joseph Bloxham is moving in. Unfinished or no, it is time I showed that jackanapes Coyle that I mean business. Mayhap, by installing myself under his boots, he will be encouraged to expedite matters. I see the importing of a cat has had no result. Well, you shan't get the better of me, sir.
smooth the way. Give me an honest fellow, who's pleasantest when he is mellow. We live 24 hours a day.
You got a face as long as Jack Ketch's drop. What ails you, sir?
I was only thinking how the fellows in the exchange would laugh if they knew Joseph Bloxham was afraid of a mouse in the wainscoting.
Beg pardon?
Good night, mate. What are you?
I deny it. I deny it all. This cannot be.
Late again? Friend Bloxham.
A little. We had an appointment.
May I?
Aye. I'll not gainsay it. Something is troubling him.
Conscience?
Not Joe.
Could it be the house, do you think? Keep Manor living up to its evil name.
Nonsense.
You know, when I was a lad, we used to like to play in the grounds of the old place. One day, my fellows played a trick on me. Left me there, alone. And though the sun was blazing down, bless me, I can hear the drone of the bumblebees even now, and smell the jasmine in the garden. I felt so afraid. Clammy with terror. Alone there, with the manor seeming to stare down at me. Its windows like the half-closed eyes of a corpse.
Did you see anything?
No. But the sensation, the dread, has never left me. Which is why, my dear Nick, I do not envy Joseph Bloxham his tenancy.
He has, spoken to me of it, only a little, mind you. It seems that there is something not quite right about the wainscoting.
The wainscoting?
He says that there is something in it.
But the stuff is new, is it not?
It's the finest timber that the builder could buy, so he says.
Then Perhaps it is not as strange as it sounds. Keep Manor has always drawn evil to it, as the sponge draws water. What's the name of this fellow, the builder?
Coyle.
I think I may pay Master Coyle a visit.
With what purpose?
The laying of a ghost.